Creature Corner.
What's going on, my Funky Fiends? It's I, Kris Bell, the Grand Duke of Spook, the Phantom of Foolish, God of the Ghoulish, and all those other ridiculous names I give myself. Joining me now in the corner is my sweet, spooky puppy dog, Ventura. Ventura's here to tell you all about the fantastic episode that we have coming up for you tonight. I get to sit down with a man who is in Eli Roth's Haunt. He's done Wrong Turn. He's done a movie that's coming out called On Location, but I'll let him tell you all about it. Tonight, I have my good friend Chaney Morrow on the line. We're going to be sitting down with him, talking about his career and talking about all the things that he's been doing in quarantine. So sit back, relax, get yourself a cup of coffee, pedal Java preferably, and enjoy another interview here in the Creature Corner.
Interviews with a campfire.
What's ghouling on, my Funky Fiends? It is I, once again, the Grand Duke of Spook, Kris Bell, joined here in the conversation corner of the Creature Corner by a man who has haunted my dreams many a time now. A man who you could say has taken the wrong turn the right way. Is that, I don't know. I don't know if you want to give me that one, but ladies and gentlemen, Chaney Morrow.
Hold on, Kris.
How's it
going, man?
I'm doing so good, Chaney. It's so good to see you. Even if it is webcam status. I'll drink to that. Last time we got to talk, it was over the phone and stuff like that. I interviewed you a long time ago on out there in the desert, out in the Badlands, in the no zone that we don't talk about anymore. So we're gonna have to rehash it, bring it back, and make it new here for the Creature Corner. So Chaney, tell the people out there. Let's just start at the beginning. Where did you get your start in acting?
I think I started performing for, public speaking, like speaking in school, like in the crowd, probably like first or second grade.
That's right.
Some of my earliest memories are, from movies. And I think at a really, really young age, when I was told that that was a job,
right?
The people in the movies that, they're paid to do this, and it's, they're paid to tell stories, and that was my favorite thing, was to watch a movie. I was like, you're kidding me. People are paid to do this? Like, it's a real job? I think so. Even back then, I knew. I don't think I ever didn't want to be an actor. It's just great early memory. And started doing theater, in elementary school. I managed to get some work with the only professional theater in town of Dayton, Ohio, at a young age.
Right.
Which only fueled my love for it.
Well, of course.
And, I went to college for it, met some fantastic people, had some fantastic, and I can't stress that enough, some fantastic acting coaches and teachers in general. And despite my best efforts, to f it all up, at some point, I kept working at it. The faith that others had in me was real inspiring, kind of kept me going.
Right.
And, you stick with it. You just keep working. You kind of, not to sound kind of, cliche or stock, I guess, like hone your craft.
Hey.
It's a great place to do it. And loving movies so much, they go kind of hand in hand. You go to theater to get good, you go to film to get rich. That's not so much the case realistically.
Right.
But,
everybody's leaving movies and going to do theater out on Broadway.
Exactly. The best actors of the world, like they all come straight from a stage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I will agree with you on that 100%. And see, you and I have that in common. I've done theater my entire life. Basically, as soon as I was able to stand, I was trying to stand up in front of people and do stuff. So I understand the theater life 100%. And I do think that true art comes from the stage first. Absolutely. So you love movies.
There's no stage, man, you know.
Absolutely.
There ain't no green. It's just your words, and if you ain't good, the audience don't get it. If they don't believe it, you know, you're shot.
100%. There's no critic that's going to hurt your feelings on the internet like an audience member sitting right in front of you.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. A critic, they're paid to criticize, you know.
Right. That's what they do.
Good fan, when they get upset, you're like, Jesus, I'm sorry.
I didn't.
How can I make this up to you? A sequel?
Yeah. So, Chaney, what are some of your favorite movies? What are the movies that made you fall in love with movies?
Oh, man.
Yep. There's the big question.
A real early memory was one of the Elm Street films, believe it or not.
Yeah.
That really let me know at a young age that I loved horror movies. They're great. Yep. I don't think that's what inspired the acting, though. I think as a kid, the most meaningful flick that I had seen, to where, I mean, I probably shouldn't have watched it at that age, but it blew me away at how, like, even, Christ, I must have been 8. Yeah. I think I was blown away at the sheer power of the drama involved in the movie. And it was called Injustice for All with Al Pacino.
Okay, yes.
A dream role, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think that, like, man, like, there's more to putting on a show than, you know, being funny, being silly. Like, the acting in that movie blew me away. And, of course, this is before I'd seen, you know, Godfather or Scarface. Right. Injustice for All was my Pacino. Like,
well, you were only 8, so I think we'll give you a pass.
Yeah. And I probably shouldn't have watched it, but, I mean, being 8 in a movie that's just essentially, you know, kind of a courtroom flick, it held my interest. I couldn't get enough of it. I thought it was just incredible.
Right.
Man, I'm going to do that someday. Damn it. If it kills me, I'm going to do that someday.
And you have done it. I mean, I think you have excelled as an actor above and beyond. I've seen several of your films. One of the most recent ones that I rewatched was Haunt, with Eli Roth's Haunt. You play such a fantastically, like, trustworthy villain, like, in that film. And I know you had the mask, one of the reproduction masks done up. That thing is odd. Like, your mask in that movie, killer. So how did you prep up for that role?
Man, you know, I wasn't aware, I think, at first I was just really focused on the dialogue and getting used to the idea of having to deliver it with no face, you know, with no facial features, and how to make it. Well, first, like, to understand me, because, you know, behind that mask is you've got to be, I was worried about being articulate.
Right.
I wasn't sure. I think maybe a couple days into it, when we finally started applying the latex and stuff, and that wicked ass, fantastic makeup. I mean, my God, it creeped me out when I put it on. I didn't want to look in the mirror. I think I had already kind of set some ways about the character before we got to that point.
Right.
And, you know, if I could do it all over again, who knows, maybe I'd have done something different. But in that regard, I'm glad I didn't overthink it.
Right.
What seemed to kind of transpire and what was picked up seemed to really work. So,
oh, yeah.
You know, I had to fight the urge to overthink it. But had I known, like, just how drastic the makeup was, you know, I might have thought a little more about kind of working it in. But then again, you only see it for, you know, a minute.
Right. And that in and of itself blows my mind. Like, how long did you sit through makeup for that?
That was a 3-hour sit down, and the pain started maybe 15 minutes into it. The ears have to go back.
Right.
And I got big, you know, pointy ears. So when they strapped those to my head, they just started throbbing, and then the layers go on, and I think we had ribs that night, and I couldn't eat. Summer, got to watch everybody else eat ribs. They're looking like Mason, Berger, and Hannibal. Like, I just want to eat some ribs, dude. I just want to eat some ribs. They're like, you want us to feed you through that odd hole in your face? Don't worry about it.
Nah, don't even worry about it. I've had a headache for the past 2 hours. It's fine. And you can't say anything. They're like, are you fine? You're like, yeah, this is perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Like, no, I'm Mason. Sure, you got, like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're bleeding, dude. I'm good.
Right? Like a blood vessel popped in your eye. I know, it's all part of it. All part of it.
I will use it.
So, I know you've had some projects that have kind of been in the canon, kind of had them back in the holster because of what's been going on and, you know, some production things. First off, tell us about Wrong Turn, The Foundation.
Well, I don't want to go full Ruffalo and spoil anything, you know.
Thank you. Right.
A fantastic guy, by the way. I'm not, I will in no way disrespect Mark Ruffalo. He's a fantastic dude.
Absolutely.
Thing, you know, any spoilers, because they've done a real good job at keeping a lot of stuff, you know, from getting out.
Right, because it's been a minute.
It's not a sequel.
Right.
It's a reboot, a reimagining, if you will.
I like that.
But it's got some, it's allegorical in a sense.
Okay.
You know, like there's some shit going on in it that the other Wrong Turns didn't emphasize. We really get to meet some characters, some people in this, and
yes,
people are going to be happy, man, because I've been really lucky on every film set that everybody just seems to kind of get it. You know, like the vision is doesn't seem to be misunderstood by anybody. Everyone really seems to be steering in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And that particular, man, I mean, I remember just sitting there watching the scale of it. It was just so impressive. You know, just the scale and the acting, and it's fantastic, man. They really got some great people in this bad boy. It was a real privilege to watch, and then you realize that they called action 2 minutes ago, and you're still staring at fucking Bill Phantom, like, dude, oh shit, sorry.
My bad. I was just enthralled.
You know, it was like I'm a big fan of a lot of the people that were in the movie. Like, I was already a fan of them. So watching them, man, and, you know, and playing with them. That's what I wanted for years and years. It was over far too quickly.
Right. I see. Come and gone. But see, you've worked and worked and worked and gotten to this point and have earned every single bit of it. So hats off to you. 100%.
Thanks, man.
So
thank you.
You have one that is in pre-production, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Still kind of. I saw you posted a thing the other day that they were looking for an on-site RN, so they're almost staffed up and ready to roll on that one, right? On location.
Yeah. As far as I know, man, we're gonna start, lensing it, shooting it in next month, September. God willing, assuming everything is still smooth, because it's about a good 6 months behind schedule,
Well, yeah.
All year, man. And I hate complaining about it because there's not one person that hasn't been affected by it.
Right.
I'm just the thing is still moving forward.
Exactly.
So I feel privileged, man. Just take it,
Right. And
the thing after was kind of just a blessing to me. Period. It's
absolutely. And it gives time for things like this for us to be able to sit down and have talks like this on a more intimate scale with the video and everything like that. And there are a lot of blessings that have come out of this, and hopefully it'll continue to smooth out and we'll get back to where we need to be.
Yeah, man, I hope so.
That's all we can hope. So Chaney, I know you probably had all kinds of stuff coming up this year, conventions and filming and all types of things that you were looking forward to. But given the light of that and the situations that have been going on, what have you been doing to keep yourself busy during all of this?
Well, I got two little ones, and the schools, when they were stopped. They didn't go to school anymore.
They
The
just
home
didn't go to
school took quite a bit of time.
Right.
I'm just glad my daughter's going into first grade,
I see.
and I'm just glad that she's not in a higher grade where I really have to do some teaching,
Right.
like math, like some of that Common Core math. I can't do that. I'm that stubborn asshole. I'm like, there was nothing wrong with the way you guys taught me, and I was terrible at it. But the Common Core thing, I would need to go to a second grade class to learn that shit myself.
100%. Me and you both.
The homeschooling and we just moved not too long ago, so I was staying busy with that.
Yeah, right before the video started, he was telling me that he was showing off his kill room here for the video.
I just now got rid of the plastic. It's only good for one use.
Well, of course, then it's useless. You got to get rid of that.
I learned a lot from Dex. Dexter taught me a lot.
Attaboy. And I like that's how every parent has described quarantine. They're like, and just one day they didn't go to school anymore. They were home.
I woke up like, okay, I gotta do this now.
Yeah, now I'm the teacher.
School was the best part of my day.
Right.
That was the off time.
Exactly. So Chaney, tell the people out there where they can find you, where they can look you up, and where they can follow you.
You can find me on Instagram at Chaney Morrow. You can follow me on Twitter. Though I don't ordinarily say much on Twitter, it's just a lot of fun to read what other people say.
That's right.
You can follow me on Facebook, the On Location film page.
Yes.
I'm not too hard to find.
Not at all.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I'll post links and everything to where everybody can follow Chaney. Chaney has become a great friend of mine over the short time that we've known each other. And thank you so much for being here with me today and taking the time to sit down and talk with me, man. I enjoyed seeing you, and it's good to see that you're doing so well.
Oh, man, absolutely, Chris. Likewise, my man. It was a lot of fun.
Well, hey, you take care of yourself, and until the next time, I will see you soon, my friend, all right?
All right, Chris. Take care, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed the wonderful interview that I had with Mr. Chaney Morrow. What do you think, Ventura? You think they liked it? I think they loved it. That's right. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Chaney, for sitting down with me. And until next time, keep those eyes peeled, my funky fiends, because there's always more coffee and more creepy googling on in the Creature Corner. Bye-bye. I just want to thank you all so much for tuning into these videos. I had a lot of fun making them, so I hope you enjoy watching them. I definitely could not do any of this on my own, though, so I have a lot of people that help me, and I'd like to give a little shout out to all those people that do help me. Mr. David Cunningham, first and foremost, for editing and filming all of these videos. Like I said, couldn't do it without him. As well as all our other wonderful sponsors who help make this show possible, like, of course, Pedal Java, who provides us with all our delicious coffee that we get to try out every week, and I hope a lot of you are trying out for yourself as well. Go over to pedaljava.com right now, order up your beans. It's a great price on a gourmet bag of coffee, and also if you live in the Knoxville area or surrounding areas, they do free local delivery, so you can't miss out. Once again, that's pedaljava.com. Go over there right now, order some of your beans. GOBLINHAUS, get on over to GOBLINHAUS.com, give him a follow on Facebook for all of your horror merchandising needs. He has all kinds of spooky t-shirts featuring some of your favorite horror icons and his own twists and his own art. He's got vintage toys, he's got toys that look vintage, he's got horror patches, horror t-shirts, horror hats, anything you could possibly imagine, you can get over there at GOBLINHAUS.com. The Mystic Orb in Clinton, Tennessee. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, as well as their Etsy shop. They are here to fulfill all your gemstone jewelry, herbal baths, and teas, and any kind of cool witchy thing that you could possibly desire. They've also got a pretty cute cat down there named Harriet, so be sure to come out to Clinton and check out the shop for yourself. ScreamVille Haunted Attraction. That's right, our good friends over at ScreamVille are always in for a spooky good time. So this haunt season, be sure you get out to Knoxville and check out ScreamVille. Speaking of haunted attractions, if you're out in Oneida, be sure to stop off at Outbreak on Main. Also owned by the people who own the Black Cat, also in Oneida. As a matter of fact, that haunt is right in the back of their shop. So you can do a little bit of shopping and you can do a little bit of getting spooked out there at the Black Cat and Outbreak on Main. And last but not least, H3 Power TV, your veteran-owned internet entertainment consultant. For just $20 a month, you can have access to thousands and thousands of live TV channels, international TV channels, movies, and sports. All you have to do is call 865-314-0624 to find out exactly how to get hooked up with H3 Power TV. Works with almost all smart TVs and smart devices. You put it right there on your phone or tablet and you can broadcast it to your TV with all those channels, movies, and sports stuff like I said. So once more, just call 865-314-0624 to find out exactly what you have to do to get H3 Power TV. And as always, keep those eyes peeled, my funky fiends, because there's always more coffee and more creepy ghouling on in the creature corner. Bye-bye.